welcome back to another episode of the houseofaquariuspodcast. It's your favorite Aquarius here, Make a Wish. Back to bring you another one. Today we're talking about some same sign romance. Okay, I literally talked about this all night with my friend at work, so gotta talk about it right now. I'm feeling so hyped about this one because let's go. Scorpio and Scorpio, Scorpio male, Scorpio female. One thing that I've noticed recently realized in the past couple episodes of this was that I haven't really been actually differentiating too much in regards to the male of a sign and the female of a sign. I noticed there are some differences, some key differences. One of the biggest ones I noticed is that males tend to be a lot more outwardly spoken, and women tend to be more introverted and reserved, typically, in both regards to the signs and the traits. That being said, let me get into this one right now. Scorpio. Boy, oh boy. It's actually exactly what I said right there. Actually, very key prominent one for this, because every Scorpio male that I have come in contact with in regards to this tends to be more of the aggressive side, or the more verbally controlling dominant side, and the females tend to be more reserved and conniving, scheming, more mental for their thought processes. This is one of the reasons why I say this is a very prominent one with regards to how this works for this dynamic. So, first things first, let me just say here, very, very emotional signs. Water signs, that being said already. And for Scorpios, they tend to have a nice, strong, intense, everything tends to be really intense with them. Intense. Like they do things all or nothing. That's the best way to put it. Okay? And they're very passionate too. So let's say in the very beginnings of a relationship, or just say a little fling, whatever, the first 2-3 months, there should be a lot of infatuation, a lot of strong feelings, because the Scorpios tend to have a lot of sexual lust. The best way to put it. They control the genitals as they sign, and they tend to have a lot more. Sorry. They tend to have a lot more going in regards to that they have a sexual, the axe effect, or the Old Spice, and it just draws people in. Their mysteriousness they have, and so on the very beginning of this Scorpio and Scorpio relationship, there should be a lot of high intensity, high sexually involved situations, or the acts are driving more physical toward each other. That's what my first level assumption would be. Now, the thing with that though is, like I said, they tend to be, Scorpios tend to be a sign that lacks trust per se. They can be very loyal, but in this situation here, both people are real easy to be very jealous and possessive of each other, because Scorpio, that's one of the biggest traits that goes with their intensity. They're very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Fervent? Yeah, very fervent in regards to how they approach things. And this is not anything different. So even though I would say for the guys, probably be more outwardly spoken in the situation about being very jealous and possessive and potentially violent in public or very aggressive in public over the female, either towards you or towards somebody else. Whereas the female in the situation would be more that way in regards to brooding and keeping that negative thoughts going on strong because of someone they've seen interacting with, or the male Scorpio interacting with somebody else. So at some point in time, this is very intense. These emotions are literally going to be driving them. And the emotions play a huge part in the sign, because that's exactly all the passion and intensity drives off of their emotions. The emotions are a very, very, very powerful drug, okay? I ain't got nothing on cocaine. Nothing on cocaine here, okay? But it'll be very intense. And definitely in the short term, there will be a lot of interesting things happening in regards to how to interact. The problem with that I foresee in the long term, because first, so like we're talking strictly sun sign here, sun sign only, is that these things that might naturally attract them to each other will eventually wear out. Okay, just like if you have a piece of sandpaper or a rock or a pencil or a piece of wood and just scraping it on a sheet of metal, at some point in time the metal is going to start wearing thin, and that piece of wood or whatever is going to wear out. Same situation here. It's great to feel that love, attention, the passion from each other, but just going to be spending a lot of time in the long run with these two signs constantly wearing each other's emotions thin. Like I said, it's all or nothing, and they have very sharp tongues. They say some very, very hurtful things. Luckily enough, I tend to dodge a whole bunch of that shit through the course of my life, but they get some very nasty ass shit. And there's only so many times that shit go back and forth. So there's a lot of small things can blow up very tremendously in these situations. And at some point in time, it could be from the very beginning, very toxic relationship from the beginning. And unless these two people of the same sign love the drama and love those kind of interactions all the time, it's going to be very toxic. There's going to be a lot of headaches, a lot of potential calls to the police officers, calling to your house or whatever, or whatever else the case may be. This situation is I would definitely have to say I won't advise whatsoever. It's a nice little summertime spring fling type situation. Go down to Mardi Gras, enjoy your time over there, but cut that shit off. Long term, that's not a good look. It's worrying, it's tiring, it's exhausting, and I definitely want to recommend that. So if I had to give a number to this one, it would definitely be on like a 13% out of 100. That's a big no for me there. But like I said, the positives though, they have a lot of passion, a lot of loyalty. When things are going right and they are not, especially in a negative person. Because one of the best things about Scorpios is that they are very meticulous in the research. Like, they know a lot about people. They know a lot about you. Your Scorpio friend knows more about you than you think they know. And in the situation here, you'd imagine that would be a great thing for them to know a lot about each other. But them knowing a lot about each other also leads to not trusting each other in the situation. Because I'm just going through my mind. It's a great thing to have, but that one is just stick to other signs, my personal opinion. But again, though, like I said, with all these other signs. If you guys happen to know someone who's in a relationship, Scorpio and Scorpio, and that's just been long lasting, and it's not going the way I say it was going, and they're happy, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Because I would love to hear more about this shit, you know. I would love to be proven wrong about this. This is just thinking about this is getting my emotion worked up. I'm like, man, that's intense as shit. Passion, drives. The sex part be great too, you know what I'm saying? But if you're just always having sex, what is it really to do? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Make brownies, shit. Like I said, let me know down in the comments below your thoughts and insights about this one, because if you have anything more to add to this, I'll be more than glad to talk to you about this more. Again, with this one, as with the other ones, guys, stay classy, my friends. Be you. Make a wish out.